time we want to create our attack system, and in order to have a cool attack system we want to display a drone flying from the attacker to the defender. So yes, at first I want to have a drone picture animated, and to create this I got this stock photo image and will transfer it to a real drone. So I just have a small piece of this drone and I will transform it to be a real drone, a full drone. Okay, so I use the GIMP clip tool, and now I cut out all the pieces I want to have. Okay, so that's the first part of the wing. Now the second part. Cut out. So I'm already there. Okay. Now I got a selection, and I will remove the selection, like transparency, add alpha channel, and remove the part. So I can crop this image, and now I can extract what I need. Okay, copy this and insert it on a blank image. So, next part, I will rotate it. Okay. It already looks really nice. Now let's repair these chunks. Improve patch match. Here's selection. Okay, this worked. Why doesn't it work? Doesn't work. Try again. Filter, heal selection. And it kind of worked. Okay. This did not work well. Still not very good. This looks better. And same for here. Doesn't look good. Still doesn't look good. Let's try something else. Okay, I think I should first fix this rotor. Looks pretty complicated. Let's see if this patch is alright. Rotate. And move it there. No, it doesn't look good. Let's rotate again. Maybe I should draw the circle first. Okay. Now. Let's try the circle tool. Okay. That's the circle. Great. And now, what do I want to do? Maybe fill it with a color. No. But let's copy the whole thing. And insert as a whole. Okay, now I have my rotor. This is the piece of the rotor blade, of the motor. Brush motor. Yes. If I rotate it and I use this rotational center, then I should be able to rotate it around. Okay. It doesn't look good. Maybe I should synthesize it as a whole. Or should I just recreate a brush motor? Let's look for some stock imagery. Okay, what about this image? I can extract the brush ring, the coil ring, and insert it here. Yes. Yes. This looks really good. This looks really good. Okay. Make it a new layer. Center it a little bit. Okay. And now back to this layer. Draw the circle again. But only... Okay. New layer. Okay. Fill with joy. Yes. That already looks good. Now let's make a patch match. Okay. This looks good, very good. Tell me right. Okay. Let's take this one. Copy and paste. No, this doesn't look good. I have to unify it with the other layer. So, yes, yes, looks great. Okay. Now this warning mark, I should copy it. Because here it doesn't look good. So I can add it here again. But undo. I first have to optimize the image. Yes, this looks better. Copy and paste. Rotate. And move. Okay. That's cool. But why did it rotate again? Rotate. 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 Okay, got it here. Now move. And settle down. Now I got it. Now I can copy the whole thing and flip it over, like image, rotate. This is a 90-degree rotation, 180. And now move it to the right place. So let's try to find the optimum. This looks good. Okay, let's settle it down and patch the whole thing. Improve field selection. No, this went wrong. This also is not good. Let's try this patch. Looks a little bit better. Now let's patch this one. Okay, looks kind of good. Same here. Just some flaws. Yes, it's better. Okay. Let's try this part. Oh, let's try it completely different. Let's try it this way. Okay, it ran kind of wrong. So let's try the traditional method. Okay, not really good. Looks a little bit better. Still not perfect, but let's try to resolve this patch. Yes, this looks good. Now this patch. Yes, it's getting better. Okay. I think this is already looking very good. Okay, now let's add rotors. Copy the visible. I think we have a drone body. Okay, let's see how big the image is. The image is about 4,000 pixels. Let's reduce it to 512. But don't link it. 512. Okay. Now we have a pretty decent drone picture. Export to PNG. And let's call it drone body. Now we have to have some wings. Drone rotor, not wing. Rotor. Okay, let's take this picture and remove all. Okay. Blend out borders, but we have to make our selection a bit smaller. We have to enlarge our selection because I selected the border. Okay, that's a rotor. Okay. Now we have our rotor. Let's save it. Tycoon. Let's export it. Drone rotor. And now let's use Inkscape to make an SVG from it. Okay, so we have our drone body. And we have our drone rotor. Perfect, perfect. Just align it. And now I can rotate it. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Now let's duplicate it. And rotate this one. Okay, that's our drone. Let's make the document a little bit smaller. Okay, now it fits the whole thing. And yes, this is our drone. Let's, with transparent background, of course, and save it like, yeah. More Tycoon drone. So now I got some SVG animation magic. So this is the tutorial I'm using, like SVG animate. And I have this animate transform that I will add to a group. So SVG image, I will create a group out of it. Also add this as a group and this as a group. And now inside the group, I want to add a node. I have to, I think I'm better off editing the SVG text file. Say Tycoon. So let's search for the group. Layer 1. This is our G4801. Yes, this is our first group. Okay. Animate transform. Let's add this. And let's open this drone picture in Firefox. Okay, there we have some kind of movement, but it's the wrong one. See it, it's so cute, so cute, so cute. Let's apply. Let's apply the rotation inside the image. See if it works. No, it doesn't work. Then, okay, the problem is the center of our group. Okay. Inkscape center of group. Ctrl Shift A. Align center based on only one item. Inkscape group rotation center. If I rotate the group, it's rotating correctly, but if I add the animation in the SVG file directly, then what do I get? Indefinite rotation from duration 5 seconds. From 0 to 90. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. $360. I don't know how to handle this, but it's really cool. The group, well, our image is transforming. No, our image has an X and a Y coordinate. Now, okay, I think that's the clue. I will remove the other rotors and set X and Y to 0. So, no, it's still not the correct thing. Well, SVG XML. This is my group, object, transformation. Inkscape transformation center. Let's Google it. Use object center of rotation instead of anchor buttons. Assign let anchors, spec transform anchors. Let's look into the SVG specification. SVG animate transform around center. Rotate. I should. Okay. I know what to do. I know what to do. I will remove all wings except one. This looks like this. Now I have an X and a Y coordinate and a width and height of the image. Now I will set the width and height as a negative X and Y of the image. So my X is the half of 18, so it's minus 9.125, and Y is minus 96, that is 48.15. Let's see. Now we have a rotating wing. Okay. Let's open My Tycoon drone SVG. Okay. I can somehow optimize the still optimize the position. Y coordinate looks great. X coordinate can be improved. That was the wrong direction. And we can still get a little bit further, like, let's try 18. Yes, that's the center. It looks shitty. 9 was the best. Yes. So, open drone SVG. And this is our rotor. Now let's move the rotor to this point. And save the whole thing. We can close this, close this, close this. And if we open it now, oh, we have this group and we translated the group. Let's save it. Why doesn't it transform? We should double group it. So backwards. Let's put this into a group. Okay, now this is how it looks like, and now let's move the group to this place. And there we have it. Yes, yes, that's great. Now let's duplicate the whole thing. And now duplicate it, but mirror. And rotate. That's great. That's how a drone must look like. Yes, 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 yes. I have a drone. I have a drone. That one day, all planes. Okay, now let's make the drone a bit faster. One second. Change it to 0.2 seconds. So this looks a lot better. This is our drone. I have a drone. Okay, we have our drone. Let's commit. Drone.svg to data. Now, I have a drone. So, localhost for project War Tycoon, login. We have our map. And now we want to attack, like battle locations. Let's add a battle that will take place like on the 9th. add some battle soldiers. Great. Now we have an upcoming battle, and in this battle I can add an attack. And now I don't have any region, so I have to own a region. So let's hack the database a little bit. I'm going to visit phpMyAdmin. Attack battle country. Let's say I am the owner of Yezhikov. So, I am the owner of Yezhikov and I can attack Warnsdorf. Great. Now we have a battle from Yezhikov to Warnsdorf. And now we somehow have to render the battle into our map. So, I could add the search function, like if I search for Yezhikov, I could add a search function that if I type search on the map, I will get the map item. So let's do this. It is for each map tile, for each city, I render a yes. I render a link, a ref, and I will also add the link text, which is exactly the country name. And now I have, if I compile this, I will get like text in each box, but I don't want the text. So CSS transparent text. So now I have all these things. Now if I search for Ebersbach, I will get Ebersbach highlighted. Yes, that's great. That's great, that's great. Let's set the text align center. Align center. Margin, now padding top 50%. See if this works. Element under Suken. Text align center and padding top 50%. Okay. Where is it gone now? If I search for Ebersbach, it's not really at the right place. Only put Logi. Let's search for Ebersbach now. It is here, but I have padding top. I know. The inner text has to have some padding 10 pixels. Ah, okay. I can add about the half height as padding. This should work. But I don't have to. Let's just skip it. Okay. And text color set to a transparent RGBA value. Okay. If I search for Warnsdorf, I should find Warnsdorf. Yes, and there I found it. It's looking kind of hacky if it's highlighted. Okay, there's Warnsdorf. And now I have Yezhikov attacking Warnsdorf. So I should have some kind of drone picture that will move from one place to the other. Okay, let's program it. Select star from attack. I should load from attack. Attack. Okay, where? From attack and battle, where attack dot battle equals battle.id and battle dot date is greater than Unix timestamp, so we only see battles that are in the future. A attack is going from attacker to a defender, so I will add a country A and a country D, where attack.attacker is a.id and attack.defender is d.id. And now I want to select let's get the center of each country. A.x plus A.w divide 2 as x and as ax. A.y plus A.h divided by 2 as ay. And the whole thing for b again. B dot as bx, b dot y, b dot h as by, and for attack I should also add attack dot owner as the owner of the drone. Okay, now I will add a link, which a ref, that's great. Okay, file data drone.svg, scalable vector graphics. Okay, I don't get anything about the size, but it's not okay. CSS background size. I will have a rectangle, text align center. We can remove this. No, we don't remove this because we maybe want to have the owner there. But position absolute, left top width we will have like D and D, cursor is pointer, title is S. Okay, HTML entities. Now we have tables, router, attack, and we will load the tag ID, like in the SQL query, select attack.id as ID, and so on. Okay. Now each drone should lay at, we don't call it country, we call it drone. Also add comments here, drones and countries. Okay. Attack, or call it attack. Let's call it attack. Attack drones as attack, and we have our attack X minus 100 and attack Y minus 100, and the width is 200. And we have AX, so we will at first draw the drone at the starting point. Yes, attack name, and we want to load the owner name instead of the owner ID. So the owner is a user. So we have our user table with username. Select username from user. Where ID is tag.owner as name. Let's test it. Okay. Now we should find a drone in Yezhikov. I don't see any. Let's go into the debugger. Dashboard map, map content, and we have our div ID map. Then we have our countries and internal failure, bitte benachrichtigen Sie den Administrator. Okay, so we have to take a look into the error log. Apache error log. Syntax error or access violations by nearby select username from user. Oh, by. Okay, I cannot call a variable by without escaping it. Otherwise, it is the keyword by, like in order by. This is if you don't know SQL well, kids. So attend your lessons and okay. Still internal error. Column, unknown column b.x. Of course it is D and not B, but that's for sake of simplicity, let's call it B instead of D. Okay, and the tag.defender is BID. Okay. Yezhikov. Let's take a look into the map. Element under Sulkin. And here we have our attack. And now we forgot to add the drone picture. But at first let's try to find Yezhikov. So here we have our drone, and we have to add a background. Background URL drone.svg. Okay, we forgot to import it and so on. So we did a lot of drone.svg is going to image drone.svg. Now for the image we have a background, cursor pointer, background URL drone.svg, and the size will be contain. Okay. Let's see if we find a drone in Yezhikov. Okay, this is our drone, but it still does not have any drone background. List out image drone.svg is available. Firefox out drone.svg. If we open the file, we get this rotating spinning drone. Looks also good. Let's try if we remove the contain keyword. There we have. Okay. So background size. Background size contain. Okay, there we have our drone. Really big drone. We should make 100 pixels. Yes, this looks good. Let's take this one. Okay, 100 pixels is also very nice. Okay. Let's make it 100 pixels and background size contain -50 -50 and 100. Next thing is to animate the drone so that it goes from A to B. CSS animate so. Here we have our drone. And if I click on the drone, I get this battle, like, yes. Maybe we should also get a background image here. Yes, that's our task for today, and then we're finished for today. So let's animate the drone so that it flies from A to B. So let's give it a ID. ID is drone %d, and %d is filled with our drone our attack ID. So, and echo a second printf that will render our style sheet. Style type text CSS. Okay, let's create a simple style type text CSS that we have some drone layout. Drone is, and now remove all these things. Display position absolute, so on. And also cursor pointer, background image URL, background size contain. This is all for the rule. So we can add a class drone. ID is drone, so left style. Now we have our keyframes. Okay. We will have to add keyframes for our drone. So drone %d, add keyframes drone %d. We have a 0% and a 100%, where we have left pixels and top %d pixels. Same for our 100%. Okay, keyframes drone X, and we have to say drone %d. It has a animation name drone %d. And the animation duration of f seconds. Now we have to fill in a tag ID, then a tag AX, AY, both minus 50, then a tag BX, BY minus 50. At next our tag ID, this one. Then our tag ID from this one, and then our animation duration. And our animation duration has to be calculated from the square root. Now let's just ask for some distance and no, we will calculate the square root distance. Okay. This is the sentence of Pythagoras. We have our tag AX minus tag BX times same, so like square, and then have a tag AY minus BY times AY minus BY. This is the distance in pixels, so in this case it would move 1 pixel per second, and this is really slow. So divide this by 100. So it can move 100 pixels per second. And our animation has a animation name and animation duration, but we also have to repeat. So CSS animation repeat, but without reverse, so we don't. Okay, animation name. This is animation duration. Animation iteration count. I think it's animation duration count. Yes. Infinite. Let's test it out. Okay. It doesn't move, it doesn't move. I don't have a style here. Didn't print my style. Echoes printf style, but it didn't print the style. So let's look for all styles. Doesn't drone. So if I have a drone, I have a drone. A class drone. Left there, and there is the A, closing A and closing div. So for some reason it did not echo my sprintf. Let's take a look into our to view arguments. Okay. As printf, I have drone ID xy xy is 5, 6, 7, 8 arguments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Why is it too few? Did I miss something? Ah, 0%. Okay, I have to escape the percent sign, otherwise it won't work. Hilarious. Style. Now I have a style printed here, and now let's take a look at the map. And it's not moving. Drone 2. Drone 2. Animation duration is not correct. 16 seconds. No, it doesn't work. Who is setting animation duration? Animation duration. Okay, we got it. There we have our drone flying. That's great, that's great, that's great. Let's add some more animation to it. So instead of 1% and 100%, we have a additional 0% and 9% mark. So 0% and 100%. Opacity 0. Opacity 1. Oh, I made an error. Let's take a look at the console. Failed to register. Animation. I did not fix the animation. Animation duration. Let's test the animation again. I should make the travel linear, otherwise it doesn't work. Okay. Also opacity. Opacity doesn't work here. Why? Let's make it important. Now it's, yes, now it's working. At least for, so in the animation, it's not working. So I have to double all the stuff. So 0.0, 1.0, 0.0, and also double x and y coordinates. Also bx and by. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. There's our drone flying. Yes, that's what I wanted. And now CSS animation timing function, change it to linear so that we don't get this acceleration. Okay, here we are. Yes, 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 yes. We got our drones living. Let's commit it. Display attacks on map. So, if I go to attack detail, I want to have a similar map piece of the map, like if I click on attacker, if I click on the attacking region, I see this map part, and in an attack I want to see the same, but with a moving drone ship. So source attack, okay, in an attack view, to copy this one. I have to copy the whole map, but also, no, I don't have to copy the whole map. I have to copy at least this for each loop. So attack view. An attack view will show a map and a attack equals for query and not for each, but fetch PDO fetch assoc. So select attack.id as then AX, AY, AB, and so on. Username of the attacker. I don't need a username. His name. From attack battle country. I don't need the battle here. Well, better ask for the battle, but attacker.defender. Instead of battle date, I filter for attack.id equals, and now I can ask for the item ID. So I have a piece of the map. The width is 512 pixels and the height is 512 pixels. And the background position left is minus d pixels and top is minus d pixels. And we fill data with AX minus 256 and AY minus 256. Printf. Echo. Closing div, and in between this we want to render our drone. So like echo div with a style display block. The first div has to be positioned relatively. Relative, and this can be position absolute because we have a left value of 256 minus 50, so 206 pixels, top of 206 pixels. Background is URL. Background size is contain. Background URL is drone.svg. Printf a drone with title and so on. We don't need the rest of it, so remove it. So we should now see a piece of the map and the drone in it. A map, and yes, let's examine it. Okay, minus minus, this does not look good. So at first we have a Y data. Instead of data, we have to get to add tag x and y. Now, second, let's look why we don't have a. We got 4. We forgot to add the width and height. Width 100 pixels, height 100 pixels. There we have our drone. Okay, we forgot to set width and height in the second image. Width 100 pixel, height 100 pixel. This should do it. So, we have our drone starting from Yuzhikov and so on. Now, the animation. So we rename it to my drone. Or better, my map. My map. My map. And now our map is this one. ID is my map. Opacity is to we have to add the drone opacity. So we have to have 2 keyframes. My map and my drone. So left, right, div style, ID is my drone. My map will get an animation. My map, duration fs, infinite linear. And my drone will get the same. So we have to have a tag ax, ay, ax, ay, bx, by, bx, by. Now a tag ID is going out and our distance, oh no, our distance is this one. Okay. Distance equals our square root formula, and now we can add the duration 2 times. Distance divided by 100. Okay. Now The map should be animated. Okay. At first, let's look at the map if it also starts at the same position. No, I think we forgot to add our, yes, 256. We forgot to add our 256 at first. 256, 256. So the offset was wrong. And secondly, we have something wrong with the background of the drone. So CSS background position. Okay, now it's starting at the right position. Now we have to fix our background position. Background position. Background origin. Does not work. Background position. CSS background position fixed. We should add a background attachment. Okay. Background attachment fixed. No. Background attachment. Background attachment. Local. Background attachment local. No, it doesn't work. Scroll. No. There's only one solution. at the background position from the map. No, 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 no. CSS background position relative to parent. What is wrong here? Background repeat. If I have a no repeat, it won't show anything. Must be scroll. But it somehow is correct for the first. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay. I have a problem. I have to add my drone animation, not my map animation. Oh. Okay. Now it should look like this. Yes, there we have it. This is our attack preview. Okay, Warnsdorf, and there, first Swindon. Okay. Now we have our attack preview. So, take a look at the map. That's what we got for today. Okay. That's the result for this stream. Thank you for visiting the stream, and maybe later I will do another stream for creating the revolution system and the fight system, so that we can start the first battles. But first, commit everything. Okay. Attack map preview. So, thanks and bye bye.